Hello and welcome to the 2022 ALTTPR online tournament for SpeedGaming Live. Today we have Gammachuu versus zelgadissan. This will be the winners final of the tournament. I am Zethno and I am joined here by Lanabean. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. I am really interested to see how this goes. These are two really good runners, and the winner of this is guaranteed prize money. So there's a lot on the line here for these two runners. So I'm very curious to see how it goes.
Yes, the loser of this match goes to the losers bracket and can still make a trip to the finals with if they manage to win through the losers bracket.
Correct. There are 4 players that are currently playing off here, and then the loser of this will play the winner of that game. So we don't quite know who they're going to play yet. But just in case anyone hasn't seen one of the number of races that we've already streamed, do you want to go over exactly what Spoiler Open is?
Absolutely. It's basically an open seed, and the runners get 15 minutes to review a spoiler log before the race starts. And they basically just plan their route and try and be able to beat the game with as little gear as they absolutely need and feel comfortable with, and pretty much just they know exactly where they want to go.
Yeah, and just to be a little bit clear here, you and I here, we haven't looked at the spoiler. I know I haven't. I assume, Lanabean, you have not either, right?
I have not.
So we're going to be just as blind as all of you viewers here, everybody watching us. So we'll be kind of guessing with you. Okay, the fact that sorry, I just got to interrupt. The fact that they walked over here to get the Quake probably means Quake opened something. Right?
Yes, and they're dropping down 4 bombs for Kakariko. So
yeah, bombs are just always nice. It's an easy way to get 3 bombs and it's free. But you and I know nothing, but these runners know exactly where they're going at this point.
Yes, and at this point we can see that both Eastern and Swamp are our reds, 5-6 crystals, and our pendants are at Pod, Ice Palace, and a green pendant, Turtle Rock. And the reason why we put these up on the screen ahead of time is because these runners will never check their map. And Linkforce, our tracker, was nice enough to go ahead and put all that on the screen for us.
So if we take a look, yeah, that Quake is a little bit of an important thing. Yes. Okay, yeah, just to clarify something in chat, this is winner's final, so it is a double elimination, so neither of these runners has lost yet. They will then later run against the winner of the loser's bracket for first and second place. Okay, the loser gets knocked down to the loser's bracket, who can then play the winner of who gets to that point, and then they'll decide who goes into the finals.
So we have a mirror, a moon pearl, and a flute for Gammachuu, and we have boots for Zelga.
Where did those boots come from? I missed that.
That is in the well.
So a little bit of a routing choice here. We did see a little bit of that yesterday, actually, because Zelga ended up winning his race after a death to a boss and made up that time based on routing. So that's definitely something that we can kind of watch here. It's little things like that. You make up, what, 10 seconds here just by getting those boots a little bit faster? 5 seconds?
Looks like it. Yeah, you could tell Zelga's already activating flute, and Gamma's just getting there right now.
The other difference, too, though, was that Zelga didn't pick up every single chest in Blind's Hut. Gamma made the decision to, you know what, I'm just going to pick it all up because I know there's important items. But Zelga actually made a note of which items are important and only picked up the 3 chests out of the 5 that were actually important.
Well, that tells us money could be a factor as well for pot entry or Zora.
That definitely could be.
Gamma accidentally walked into Sick Kids but didn't actually get the prize.
Autopilot right there. Obviously, Sick Kid is not something important because he knows what it is and didn't get it.
Okay, so Zelga beelining it for the back of Escape, and we have Gammachuu going up the mountain.
It's always nice to see a little bit of routing difference, even though that they both have a spoiler log. They're not doing the same thing. So we'll see what comes out here. Let's see what Zelga picks up. Ooh, hookshot.
Oh, okay. So is he hoping to go up Death Mountain and make it one trip?
That would be that would definitely be a time save, but Zelga opting, nope, not gonna follow Gammachuu, just gonna. Oh yeah, flute, right? We haven't unlocked that entrance yet. Let's ignore the commentator. Oh, we didn't even go that way.
Oh,
there must be something in Ice Cave.
Yeah.
Oh, our mini Moldarm. I went to Ice Cave. I don't know why. I'm just wishing bad luck upon these runners, apparently.
So Gammachuu picking up Samaria off of Spec Rock and Tree. So that's curious, though.
That's a really important item, and we just got Hammer and Flippers. And the opposite of what happened in Blind's Hut, this time Zelga just said, I'm getting everything, probably didn't make a note, or just decided to pick it all up. But the Samaria is a really interesting pickup this early, because it's an extremely important item, but the kind of question is where is it going to be used first?
Right. Do you plan on an early Ice play, or early Swamp Palace? I mean, we have most of the things we need for Swamp... Wait. We do have everything. Oh, almost everything. We do have Swamp access.
No, we have Swamp access, yeah. It could literally... Oh, there's a sword on Zelga's side in the Waterfall Fairy. But, it very well could just be... Maybe Swamp has something, and Gamma wants to get the left side Swamp. Or even the back of Swamp just a little bit faster.
Oh, Zelga gets dead rock.
Zelga. That's unfortunate.
10+ second loss right there, unfortunately. No fault of his own.
Yeah, dead rocks. I guarantee you that all of our runners in chat will agree that dead rocks are unfortunate. They always move the complete wrong direction.
And Gamma also electing to go ahead and loot out Mini Moldarm. Let's see where he goes. So with that time loss Zelga just got, it's more or less a very, very, very tight race right now. Okay, so we're flippering, we're getting that sword, it looks like.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you're a runner of this game, you know a sword's just nice, especially when you have boots. You don't want to be dashing without a sword. It just results you smashing your face into an enemy that does damage into you.
And the fact that they're going out of their way enough to Waterfall Fairy pretty much tells you the other swords must not readily be available yet.
Yeah, that you know what, 100 rupees makes a good difference too. Being able to pick up the 100 rupees, as you were mentioning earlier, it could be something pod, it could be maybe we need something from Digging Game, and Zelga's just going to show us right now that there's something in Digging Game and we need that money. But I think, as you said, I think we're just looking for that swamp. Or we were talking earlier about that swamp play, because Zelga's going into swamp.
As is Gammachuu right behind.
Yeah, there's got to be something important here. Now here's the question, chat. We got 100 people watching this. Can somebody tell us what you think it is? What's the item in swamp that you think it is?
And only answer if you have not viewed the spoiler log.
Yeah, if you have access to the spoiler log and you're looking, please do not tell us. We really do not want information on this. But give us that item. What do you think the item is that's locked in here? Just a shout out to LinkForce0 again. Thank you to our tracker who's pointing, probably unhappy because they viewed the spoiler log.
Yeah, she's not happy with me because I pointed that out.
Yes, but we don't want people that actually know what the item is to tell us what it is. There's a lot of bow guesses.
Yeah.
Fire rods in here and mitts. So I guess we'll see. A lot of people voting bow. I think that's like 4 to 2 for bow versus other so far.
Is it left side? Whatever it is.
Ooh, that's an interesting decision. If it is left side, then oh no, everybody's got that cane now, so just a little bit of ordering. Zelga's slightly ahead here when you think about it. They have the exact same items. So Zelga's routing showing some little bit of superiority here, even with the death.
And we're going left side.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why you mentioned even right off the bat with Gammachuu when he picked up that cane that it might be an important, swamp play. Gonna use a little glitch here to get these blocks set up right. That snake not being nice to Zelga.
Yeah, bad luck with the snake. Still electing the bomb setup as opposed to use Samaria, but no magic, so I that's fine.
Yeah, no magic. Yeah, Zelga did a whole bunch of work there to get, Gamma went with the early cane, but there's no magic yet. Yep. Okay, they both get the glitch very quickly. Oh boy, we have a guess that it's a shield. I do not think they're coming into here for a shield. These two runners are not going into a dungeon for a shield. They may purposefully ignore the shields because shields they add a little bit of delay.
Shields are evil, chat. Evil.
Shields unfortunately actually slow. Oh, there's a Master Sword.
Well, you know the rule about Swamp.
So that's it. We came in here for a sword up front at least, but hey, we could be going into the back. We might just be stopping on our way here because it's the easiest way to get a Master Sword.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to the back. It is a crystal, so don't want to double dip. It's just a matter of if they need to loot anything else. And I wouldn't think they would go directly here immediately just for a sword.
No. I mean, it is a crystal, so the thing is, you can just finish this as is. Unless there's an easily accessible third sword, this is about as easy as it's going to get. You have hammer, you have Master Sword, you have hookshot. Like, it's not going to make it much easier. And the rest of the game will be a lot easier with that extra sword because Master Sword's not... Ooh, Zelga picking up that extra piece of heart, noting that it's there and only picking it up. We'll see if Gamma does the same thing.
Well, it gave a full heart refill, so it makes sense.
Oh, there's two pieces of heart here. Gamma picking up both. Wow.
Well, that tells us that Zelga's probably not planning on picking up any more heart pieces. Heart containers? We'll see.
Okay. Zelga being very, very particular with which chests he's picking up. Something we've seen from him before, but wow, like just really spending that 15 minutes and understanding exactly where items are. Getting some nice double puff kills here on Zelga, as I say it. As I say it, first one does not work out, but...
As far as I could tell, there's about an 18-second difference between entry of Arcus here. So we'll see what happens at the end.
Zelga had a pretty good fight. Gamma's having a very good fight as well, though. Yeah, I don't think Gamma missed one, so Gamma might have picked up a few seconds there.
I think he did. We'll see what the crystal time is here.
They didn't get... Oh, there's a bow.
Yeah, so 12:23.
Okay.
And Bo was right. Chat got it right on the nose.
So all those, 6 people that were guessing there's a bow in here, we gotta give you credit. You got the item right. They came here for a bow.
Okay, Gamma picked up about 7 seconds. There's about a 10-second difference between the two right now.
Sorry, how many seconds?
There's about a 10-second difference.
10 seconds. That's pretty close. Like, this is anyone's game so far. But Zelga knows this because Zelga's game apparently yesterday, 1 second difference entering GT.
We're going to pod.
Yes, but what's Gamma gathering money for? Gamma's got enough money for pod. Gamma's gathering money for something else.
Big game maybe, but you could have done that in combination with Swamp. Hard to say.
I don't know, but Gamma went specifically out of his way to get those rupees. There's no way a runner of his caliber does that without a reason. There must be something else we need rupees for.
Could be getting up to Zora.
It could be Zora. Well, both are runners and ending up in the same dungeon. This is a little bit of something you see from spoiler log races in general. Just unfortunately, our runners do have the spoiler log, so they know where they're going. When you get two runners, both of this caliber, you're going to get very similar paths, routing.
Yep, then you start seeing the differences in execution and just how RNG can play such a role in certain spots, like Zelga getting dead-rocked. Oh, hi, Tempered.
Ooh, Tempered Sword. Yeah, I can see why they rushed that. Okay, so we're good. Like, I think you and I both know, but Tempered Sword is about as good as you really need for runners that are experienced with this game. The Gold Sword is very nice, but it doesn't significantly speed up your progress in any meaningful way.
Well, also, they're both leaving tells me it's not 10.
Yeah, I was going to say, both our runners immediately saying, no, I don't need this anymore. So, yeah, that pendant's not important. Nothing important on ped.
Good point from chat. Could be big bomb money for Gammachuu.
Yeah, I don't like. We're gonna see. There's a lot of things you can spend money on in this game. But...
Well, yeah, we are prioritizing Swamp and Eastern that are both our red crystals, so that makes sense. If Bo was available, they would have gone Eastern before Swamp. But yeah, there's got to be something on Big Bomb. Chat's right.
You know, it very well could be. But the other thing that I'm considering here just is that they both also had swords. So as much as, yes, it very well could be something on red crystals on Pyramid Fairy, it could just be the runners wanting to get those swords in advance so that they can finish the rest of the game as fast as possible. There's a significant time save in having Tempered over having Fighter. Okay, Zelga in the dark room.
Easy game.
There was a question in chat about whether Zelga would go into the Eastern Dark Room for money, because there is a money room on the back right of that room that Zelga was just in instead of the back left, which leads to the back of the dungeon. But it looks like cash is not on his mind at the moment, at least.
Well, 90 would certainly put him over the edge for that big bomb, but... Okay, I think he just may have realized something. He looks a little frustrated. He might be thinking, oh man, I am now short on money. That look on his face tells me something just realized. He just realized something like money or something. Yeah, so 14 rupees short of the big bomb. We'll see what he does.
Okay, well, that was a very nice kill on Zelga's side. Gamma might be an arrow short for the quick kill. Gets it differently. Okay, that's not a setup I know. So well done on Gamma's side.
Okay, so Zelga froze up for a second, but he's back. He got money and a bottle out of Saha's hut and some arrows.
I mean, that could just be Zelga's decision to get the money back. Because knowing these runners, that green potion is probably not important with the Tempered Sword.
But I guess he was in there, so yeah, Gamma's beelining it for the bomb, and Zelga's right behind him.
Zelga's following. But that could mean that Gamma's decision to pick up some of those rupees earlier and Zelga having to go back to Saha's closet there could mean that Gamma may have just slightly pulled ahead.
It does look like it, and Zelga, judging by the look on his face, knows that he made a little mistake there.
Yeah, it's always a bad feeling when you're halfway through an action and then you realize what you've done, and unfortunately in a race, you can't just go back and change your mind. Gamma's showing some hookshot techniques over there. I haven't been watching Zelga doing the same thing. When you hookshot, you do have a few seconds to use those boots to dash instead of losing the bomb behind. So both runners utilizing that very well to get there. Oh, an extra heart for Zelga.
And Gamma's saying no thank you. Gamma
I missed the item.
It was mitts.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah. Well, of course we're going to go for that.
Yeah, seems required. And now we're beelining it for Village of Outcasts.
I mean, it makes sense. You will need mitts at some point to finish this particular rule set. So, of course, we're going to go get it when we can.
And not heading towards Skull.
Ooh, fire rod.
That would be why. Alright, well, Tempered will pretty much cut through Mothula without issue.
Yeah.
And you've got a mirror, you got a flute, so yeah, do Thieves Down, do Skull. Sorry, go ahead.
The thing is, I was just going to say, Turtle Rock's a green pennant, so we're going to see whether that turns into anything important yet or not. We do need the fire rod for Skullwood, so of course we're going to get it no matter what, but we'll see what happens after that. We're just quiet because we're watching the runners just execute behind each other here. They are close. I think Zelga might have caught up by a second or two here.
I mean, we could be in theoretical go mode right now.
Well, Zelga hasn't picked up the fire rod, but yeah,
Well, at least Gammachuu. Unless something's behind something I'm not seeing.
No, you're right. We very well could be in go mode right here, right now.
Yeah, confirmation from our tracker link for she confirms this is go mode for pretty much both runners. Zelga knows where that fire rod is.
We're being told Zelga actually does have the fire rod, so that's going to get updated on the tracker in a moment.
Got you.
That happens once in a blue moon. But we thank you to our tracker for keeping us informed of everything over there. Link Force 0. Thank you. Yeah, you know, these runners are pretty close. 22-23 is when Gamma went through that right door. 22-29, it's a 6-second difference. So you were mentioning something about 10 seconds earlier. It's narrowed.
Yeah, well, the 10-second lead was for Zelga before the main issue.
Zelga.
Yeah, and now Gamma has his first lead after pretty much getting that bomb.
Oh.
But it's slim, like you said. And we can also see why Gammachuu elected to go ahead and skip the heart container on the pyramid. Zelga decided not to pick up the extra heart pieces that Gammachuu did, which was probably a little bit faster, but it worked out.
And both kills there on blind.
Yeah, pretty smooth all around. Heading up to Skull next.
And, of course, as you mentioned earlier, Skullwoods. This is what you said. It makes a lot of sense.
While we're getting some stuff worked out here, don't forget to give these runners a follow. I'm pretty sure their Twitch names match their names on screen. Both Gammachuu and zelgadissan doing a fantastic job here.
I'm pretty sure, and we will get you a link hopefully sooner than later in chat to follow that.
Exactly.
Continue.
While you're at it, follow us up now and follow our tracker as well. Link Force doing a fantastic job as always.
And don't forget to follow Lana Bean as well. But yeah, we're just watching our runners speed through this dungeon. This dungeon, honestly, it's funny. Blind's fight is a difficult fight for most runners until you learn exactly how to deal with it. And Blind is a scripted fight, so it does the exact same thing every time. The moment you learn it, all of a sudden, this dungeon's boss becomes the hardest. And honestly, I don't know if I personally ever moved past this, and a number of other runners I've talked to. This boss is annoying. I don't know how you feel about it, Lana.
I don't mind it too much, but Mothula can be very trolly. It looks like Gammachuu showing Mothula who's boss, and Zelga getting a show of what Moth can actually do.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If you attack Moth and Moth ends up over a spike, the attack doesn't count. So depending on how you hit Moth, sometimes you can hit Moth 10 times and nothing happens. Exactly. It is an extremely annoying experience as a runner. There we go. We have all our links up now in chat. So if you are one of our live viewers or one of our somebody watching a VOD of this, there are Twitch links in chat. Please do watch everybody involved with this stream today, because our runners are putting on an amazing show of exactly how you should do this. These runners are putting on a show here for you. Like, they're making minor things that we have to talk about, because we have to talk about slight differences between the runners. But if you talk about most runners running this, like, this is almost perfect.
And another thing that we haven't really mentioned, this being a spoiler race, people are allowed to watch the other streams. So they could have this channel up, they could have each other's channel up, and it is well within rules to see where their opponent is.
Yeah, so there is a 10-second difference now, so Zelga has fallen slightly farther behind here. I was just watching the entrance into Main Mire. But no, you're definitely right, Lana. That is a very key thing that you're able to see. In spoiler races, we do allow our runners to watch each other. So it gives you a bit of an idea. At this level, it mostly gives you an idea of where your opponent is compared to you. At other levels, it can help because you can kind of learn where your opponent is and where you might have made a mistake about routing or an item you forgot about. But I very, very much doubt that either one of these runners forgot about an item or is going to use that for that purpose.
Bear with us, got to stream corrected here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but we'll figure this out. We're gonna have some people on the back end taking a look at it. Meanwhile, we're just gonna watch what Zelga does. Zelga's going straight to the back, so it looks like there's nothing else important in this dungeon.
It'll just have to be a mystery.
So we moved from some of that Mario music over to Zelga's music, which is a completely different pack. And we do have Zelga back, where they're both in the dark rooms.
And Gammachuu trying to get spooky in the dark and does not get it.
Oh, I mean, That would be pretty good. It would save a few seconds. It's a little bit tricky not knowing where you're standing at the time. There is a lot of muscle memory that goes on with these seeds. A lot of these runners have played enough seeds that they kind of have an idea of where they're standing in dark rooms without having done without moving or seeing themselves.
And Zelga got it. Zelga's taken the lead.
Yep, Zelga has managed to take the lead here. 29-14, 29-18. There's a 4-second lead on Zelga's side. We're just trading that lead back and forth. I mentioned it earlier. Both these runners are exceptional runners. So,
ooh, Gamma getting hit by some lightning. Pops that red potion. Okay, Gamma having a bit of an issue with the fight here. Zelga finishing up. And Gammachuu got hit by the lightning again. Blue mail, good safety.
yeah, we should be okay here. You're right, using the red potion is something. I don't think that Gamma will likely need that red potion for the rest, but it's that safety. If Gamma makes one more little error somewhere, it could cost him. We'll see what happens.
So 15-second swing. Zelgadissan suddenly has about a 9-second lead.
9? Okay. We had about 10 earlier. That's just why I'm wondering. I think it was 30-23 entering that right door. You know what? That you're right. But that red potion really didn't lose Gamma any time. So it'll only be an issue if Gamma needs that red potion at any time in the future.
Well, Zelga had to use it even before the fight with Vitria, so both runners had used it. Yeah.
Oh, so
But
then
now,
we're...
they have blue mail currently in 6 hearts, so that's pretty comfortable for these two.
For these runners, yes. If you're a new runner watching this, don't worry. Please pick up the extra hearts and other safeties. You'll need it, and that's perfectly fine. We learn over time. A lot of runners wouldn't be comfortable running this entire game on 6 hearts. There is the one difference that Zelga does have the extra green potion that Gamma does not have.
That is true.
I don't know if that'll mean anything down the road, but...
Ooh, Gamma also electing to go ahead and use an extra fire rod shot, saving a little bit of time here, but will it cost him in the next room? Ooh,
Yeah.
Zelga missing a cycle.
Yeah, that's okay. Zelga getting the quick second cycle there.
You know, Gammachuu in the same situation.
Gamma's in worse shape, but manages to get that second cycle. Both those 2 second worms were exactly next to each other. It really helped out.
Okay, well they pretty much have 6 crystals, both going for hero for crystal number 7.
I don't think there's any surprise that they're all going for the 7th crystal. Zelga going an interesting route. Must be an item over here.
Well, they're technically going the faster route because they can go to Dark World, they can mirror from the front of GT, and that way they just beat Hera and go right to Dark World. And seeing as neither runner actually had to open up Turtle Rock, this is their fastest entrance. Otherwise, if they had to open Turtle Rock for any reason, they'd be able to use that for Dark World Portal.
No, you're 100% right there, Lena. I didn't think of that. But that's why these runners are playing, and I'm watching them.
These are things I could think of right now, but if I were one of the ones racing, no, I wouldn't be thinking of it. I'd be lost.
No, that's a good point, though. That's exactly probably why they're doing it. It's an easy Tower of Hera into GT decision here. This is going to be a close race between our runners. I mean, a lot of our spoiler races are between our good runners, especially runners of this caliber. Oh, there's the hook shot. We are going to try to see a hook shot glitch here on Zelga's side. There, it's done. I was trying to explain it, but he finished it before I talked about it.
So about a 14-second difference in entry to hero. Little bit quicker on the hero pot than for Gammachuu, so probably picked up another half second there.
Yeah, I think it was 34-12 versus 34 about like 21, so it's about 9-second difference. They're keeping about that 10-ish second difference. Zelga's already done on Moldorm. Moldorm's one of those enemies that you're either going to finish very quickly or take forever on.
Now, Gamma lost a few seconds on Trolldorm, but still very close.
So you're telling me Trolldorm trolled Gamma?
Indeed.
I would have never guessed that. A boss nicknamed Trolldorm would never troll someone, would it?
Alright, chat, this is normally when we play the GT guessing game, but they know where the big key is. So it's probably going to be 2 or 3.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? Give us a guess. You can give us a guess anyway. You got a few seconds.
Okay, guessing
It's
over.
going to be a low number. It's going to be less than a certain number, but
Oh, look, it's 1.
oh wow, it's 1. Hey, Link Force, you're our tracker. You knew where it was. You're not supposed to guess. But we're gonna keep going. This is interesting.
What's it
So
gonna be?
silver. I'm assuming silvers have to be in this room, right?
I would think so. It's going to be your only time save.
Like, oh, Smolky?
Yeah, if there were silvers, he picked it up.
Silvers. Okay, I missed the first check. I looked for a second at Gamma. Okay, so silvers and a Smolky, because you do need that small. Alright, we didn't need the Smolky, but yeah.
Well, they were in the room already, and technically getting that second key is going to be faster than having to kill the mini helmet and grab it. And safer with as few hearts as they have.
Yep, silvers. Okay, so there we go. Zelga in the lead. Zelga going to enter this door at 36-19. We're gonna see when Gamma enters that door. It's close. 36-34. 15-second difference?
Give or take.
It's close. Like that's a small in Gauntlet. That could just be you missed your arrow, you missed your fire shot.
And they have no cape, no blue cane, no safety, basically.
Yeah. Gamma's on 3 hearts, by the way. That could be a difference right there, even. Just, taking 1 or 2 bad hits. Just make sure you don't walk into a spike. Gamma very well clearing out the skeletons in this room. Blanking on their name.
Alphos, I think.
No, Stalfos, yeah. But Gamma very well in that ice room, catching up a little bit here. Zelga getting those ice rod shots, gonna do a 2-phase Landmo 2. Let's see what Gamma does. About 41 seconds entering that door.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we're still about 10 seconds apart. Lana, I think there's nothing that we can get random-wise. At this point, it's just execution, right?
A little bit of RNG involved, but execution. I can't even think half magic would do anything. If butter is one of the easy to grab chests, you do it because easy 1-in-1. But other than that, you're not grabbing anything.
We're just, at this point, it's not too much for us to talk about. It's just watching these runners execute.
Pretty much.
And how fast they execute what they're executing.
Just a little bit of time here, so don't forget to follow SpeedGaming through SpeedGaming 6 as well, everybody.
There's a lot of games going on right now.
Exactly, all sorts of SGL-related races. qualifiers, you name it, all sorts of stuff going on. So follow the Speed Gaming channels, and you'll have yourself a lot of random to watch between many games.
Once this race is over, we'll give you a quick recap of where all that's going and what's going on today and in the future. Meanwhile, wow, okay, Zelga, I looked at Gamma for 1 second and Moldorm 2 is dead. These runners just... Ooh! Gamma got hit once by Moldorm there.
Yeah, lost a few seconds, unfortunately, but still close.
Right? Like, this is a close game. It's minor things between these two amazing runners. It's tiny differences. Gamma got bounced by one of the bumpers there. That's it, like 1 or 2 seconds. Like, it's those little things that are going to make the huge difference here. Zelga has made up that time that he lost a little bit earlier and is in the lead here. But the Aga fight, it's your big geometry test.
And for Gamma, it's been that Dark Room and Meyer that kind of lost him the lead there.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. Gamma, that Dark Room, it's something we'll have to note.
Both having issues with Aga 2. Oh, Gamma loses a little more time, looking frustrated.
If we get him in for an interview, those are two things we can definitely see what they were thinking about at the time, get their mindset on. But we are getting confirmation from our tracker that the 4th sword was actually on Green Pendant. It was on on Saha, sorry.
Ooh, via TR. Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, we are not going to do all of Turtle Rock for Gold Sword. Tempered Sword's about as close as you're going to get for speed, really, for runners here. Gold Sword makes it a little bit easier on a bunch of enemies, but on the important enemies, Tempered and Gold are about the same level. So most experienced runners kind of find them pretty similar.
Okay, Zelga finishing off Ganon.
Yep. Going with the non-lamp lighting. No torch glitch. That's the word I'm looking for.
And everybody get your GGs in chat. zelgadissan finishing up Ganon.
This is a close race.
Yeah,
it's about to be done too here. Here it is, and Gamma's done too.
Yeah, race time, .gg time for Zelga at 56 minutes 39 seconds. Yeah, GG's in chat.
Get your GG's in chat.
Yeah, and Gamma finishes 20 seconds later, 56:59.
Man, we're gonna get both of these runners in chat here in a moment just to talk. But wow, this was a very, very well run race, and I just want to say, please do make sure you follow these runners while we're about to have an interview. But please do let us know. We are joined by Zelga right now. GG and well done.
GG.
Yo, GG's. Thank you.
So that look on your face when you're finishing up Eastern, was that from lack of money, or were you planning on going to Saha the whole time?
It was a lack of money. I had noticed that there was money in Saha and the green potion as a safety, and I was like, I could get that on the way, but I should be fine. And I just forgot to pick up a 20 rupee on the way. So I didn't have the money for Pyramid Fairy, and I knew I was...
Two things here. One, I just want to jump in and say welcome to Gamma as well. Gamma has entered our voice room here, GG's. And the difference there, Zelga, is that Gamma actually went and picked up the rupees from the crab before going to that area, to Dark Palace Eastern. So there was a little bit of a cash difference, and we were early wondering what the difference would be there.
That was actually a mistake on my part right there when I wanted to go cut the crabs. I thought I was gonna not, get any more money from that point, but I saw that Armos ended up dropping to 50, and I didn't catch that until it was already too late.
Well, my initial route had me going through Thieves fairly early, probably as my first dungeon. And there's a 300 in the first chest of Thieves. So originally, money was just not a problem at all. Because in my head, it made sense to do that and then buy the book from the bottle merchant to get the lamp from Bombo's tablet. I was really close to doing that. And I'm glad I didn't, because this was way too close for that.
I was thinking about getting that lamp. I'm not comfortable doing, low percent vidi with that low hearts. But I figured, I'm going to have a red bottle. I don't think he's going to get it, so I probably got to skip it too. Kind of what I was thinking. And yeah, that was a call, because look how close the race was.
It was interesting. Right in around that time when we were looking at it, actually, Gamma, you picked up the lead over Zelga. With to do with that rupees, where Zelga, you ran over to Saha's closet to get it. I forget where the lead changed. I think Lana might remember.
It was right there, basically, where Zelga had to go over and get the money, and Gammachuu was able to flute right to 5 and get that big bomb.
No, but it was Meyer where it switched back. Zelga, I think you had some issues with the spooky.
No, Gamma did. Zelga got it pretty good. I think
Gamma. Sorry, you're right. I apologize.
Yeah,
Gamma, I think you had some issues there.
I got Spooky 1, but then I totally screwed up Spooky 2. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. This is not what I want to be wasting time on. And yeah, that just felt pretty bad.
Yeah, I did feel fairly lucky. Like, I didn't even try Spooky 1. I just ran up towards the switch and hit it with the fire rod, which was... Because I feel like every time I try and hit that spike, I just whiff and I waste all my magic because I can't see it. But then, yeah, Spooky 2 and 3 were pretty free. And then I planned on having my potion for Vitreous, and I had to use it early because I took a few too many hits in the first room trying to pick up the pot. So I had to use it before I ever hit Vitreous. So it didn't go as smooth as I had hoped, but it sounds like I probably still had a slightly smoother fight.
It went about the same. Zelga, you used it there, but Gamma actually used you're talking about the red potion, and Gamma used it on Vidi itself, so it evened out.
Yeah, that was my original intention, is just do straight NMG strats with the spins and refill in the middle with the potion. And when that didn't happen, I had to just kind of back up with some slashes and arrows.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable doing NMG. I always feel like, I'm going to get poked by an eyeball as I'm in the goo, and I'm just going to get destroyed right there. So I'm like, I played it safe and just did spin attacks up front, killing the front eyeballs, and then just using the bow for the back. I'm not comfortable with that video at all.
I think you took 2 lightning hits from Vitreous, I believe.
Yeah, I got knocked back into the puddle, but I was just playing it safe from there, just using bow.
But otherwise, you two had very similar routes, just a little bit of a money difference early. But otherwise, your routing was pretty much spot on. Gamma went up the mountain a little bit faster to get the Samaria, but you pretty much just traded places at that point. I think right after that, you went to Mini Moldorm, I think, and then Zelga went from Mini Moldorm to the mountain, I believe.
Yeah, it was probably something like that. I wanted to make sure I had the hook shot and the sword before I climbed the mountain so I could do stuff on the stairs. That was the main thing why I put it off.
That's what I should have done. I went up there just because I wanted an optimal save and quit to go get the hook shot. But I'm like, I'm dashing up here. I could be using the hook speed. If I had just gotten the hook shot first, I'm like, didn't feel that great. I think I would have been better off just grabbing the hook shot first.
Honestly, watching both of you go back and forth, the lead changed a few times, but there was no point in the game where I could say either of you was more ahead by more than 10 seconds until right about the end. Like you were both just trading places a few times, and it was very tight all the way through.
Yeah, I had the restream up, so I was kind of glancing over during crystal animations or like stairways to try and where I had like a small break. And I knew, I obviously, even without seeing, I knew Gamma's a ridiculous runner. He was going to keep the pressure on me. So I'm very happy to come out of this with a win. I promise. I did not come into this be like, oh god, this is free. Because I mean, I do think like I've been doing spoiler longer, but you're such a great runner, and you've picked it up so fast. I was so nervous covering this thing.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Coming into this, we all know Zelga. He's a very top tier execution runner. I was already feeling the pressure before the race even started. I know this is one of his favorite modes, if probably his favorite mode of all. But yeah, I just I picked it up. I've been enjoying this mode very well. It's been very fun, and yeah, like he was saying too, when there was points when I would be looking over the restream and seeing, okay, he's slightly ahead of me. Some Vidi fight and then Desert Boss, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need something like Dead Rocks to kind of bail me out or something. Or maybe a bad Herapod. I don't know, something like, I'm just kind of hoping. And then I see that you're ahead of me in GT, I'm like, okay, just go all the way. Don't use any safety strats, just, hope for the best kind of deal.
So Gamma, just looking at it, and Chad has kind of mentioned this, so I want to bring it up here. To get to this point, to the winners final, you've taken out the 1st seed, the 4th seed, and the 5th seed. How do you feel going into your next game, knowing that you've taken out these players, and one of them is still in the tournament that you could face again?
I mean, it's every round has been a rough one, right? It's exciting to race against these runners. They're all top tier execution runners, and kind of compare myself to them, and it's exciting but scary at the same time. I've been enjoying it, so if I do end up coming across any whoever's still in there, I'll be happy. I'll be happy but scared at the same time.
And Zelga, how does it feel that you have a guaranteed place in our finals now against the winner of the losers bracket final now? How does it feel going into there?
It feels great. Like Gamma said, this is probably my favorite mode, my favorite way to play this game. So to be able to just be in the finals of a tournament of this mode, it feels really great. So yeah, I'm really looking forward. Whoever comes out of the other side, I know it's going to be a ridiculous matchup. Would not be surprised to be seeing Gamma again. And there's obviously tons of other great runners. You got Relton, Schultzer, Shady. Like, I know I've left someone out too.
Vortex is the last one.
Yeah. Okay. I should not have forgotten Vortex. I literally played him yesterday.
No, yeah, Vortex is definitely a good runner, and that's
Yeah.
I hear that's the one where you were going into GT less than 1 second apart.
Yeah, that was also a ridiculous race. But yeah, everyone is a great runner in this, and no matter who comes out, I know I've got my work cut out for me. But it should hopefully be a great series of 1 or 2 games. Hopefully 1.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you both luck. I just want to comment on your collection rates are 1 number apart. 49 versus 48. And even though I know spoiler is close, but we watched both of you pick up extra items that the other person didn't, and it just balanced out to 1 collection number apart.
Yeah, it's really interesting if you got the 8 pieces of heart versus 4. But then obviously like the 3 items in Sahasra that I picked up and things like that.
Oh, where did you end up getting that heart container?
Off the pyramid ledge.
Oh, there was one there. I didn't even see it. Oh my gosh, I probably would have grabbed that too.
I saw you skip it, and I was like, "Oh man, I didn't think I was going to be losing time on this." And then,
I think one of the other differences was Gamma. You picked up everything in Blind's Hut, whereas Zelga picked up specific items. If I got that right.
Yeah, I left the pieces of heart that were in there, which is honestly a little questionable because there were other free pieces of heart that I could have picked up, which it looks like Gamma did.
Yeah, I had it planned out just to kind of get those 4 because I wanted at least 6 going into Mire, because it's always scary going into low percent Mire. 6 is kind of like a little comfort zone for me.
There was also a world I considered stopping at Hobo, bringing the big bomb to get the other armor before Detrius. Yeah.
I saw that armor. I was thinking before I even went into Swamp, like Swamp, You know, it's always was how many hearts did I had? I had five. Yeah. Fighter sword. It's rough. But, you know, I kind of figured Zelga's going to skip it. There's no way he's going to pick it up. I have to make these skips too. You know, if you make the skip, I have to make the skip kind of deal.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it works. But on the other hand, I mean, if you get a safety and I don't, and I end up getting, like, dying because of it, I mean, sometimes that's how it works in spoilers. You try to be so aggressive to try and stay ahead of the pack that you end up actually just hurting yourself. It's a really fine line, and that's part of why it's so interesting.
So I did get a little bit of a recap of yesterday's game. So are we talking about, you know, potentially death at pod?
Yeah, dying to Helmasaur tends to make things a lot harder for you.
Just because I did get a little bit of a recap. I missed yesterday's game, but I did hear a little bit there. So a little bit of a spoiler. I apologize for anyone that's going to watch yesterday's game.
It's a spoiler tournament. They'll get over it.
Yeah, everything in this game is a spoiler. Any other kind of comments from anybody?
No, just GG's again to Zelga, and good luck to you in the finals, whoever you end up going up against. And thank you guys for putting up the restream.
Yeah, I'd echo that. Best of luck in the losers final. I'll be looking forward to a rematch. And yeah, GG's again. What a great race. Thank you guys for the commentary and the tracking, the restream.
Definitely want to shout out our tracker on that line, LinkForce0. Thank you very much, because these runners are picking up items so fast. I'm not sure I would have kept up with it. I'm not sure about you, Lanabine.
I would have been lucky to. Now, Linkforce, she knows what she's doing.
For sure. And I just want to tell, Lanabine mentioned it earlier, please do make sure you follow the rest of the SpeedGaming channels. We are on SpeedGaming 2, but there is SpeedGaming, and then SpeedGaming 2 through 6. Just even today, there's currently an open ALTTPR weekly race. There is a Final Fantasy race, a Super Metroid race just started, SMZ 3 could be ongoing. Later tonight, we have Castlevania 2, Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, Aria of Sorrow, Zelda 1 Weekly. So there's SGL Live and with the weekly. We have Aria Sorrow, another Aria of Sorrow race, another SG Live Zelda 1 race. There's a lot going on today. You want video gaming streams? We have so many. I'm not even sure where to start listing them. So watch them all. Follow them so you get an idea when they go live. Lanabine, I'm not sure if you have something to add there.
Just like you said, just follow all the SpeedGaming channels. All sorts of randos going on all year round, but with the SGL tournament going on, there's a lot of different randos. You're never going to go wrong watching a SpeedGaming channel here. But I'll just say thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Stethno was wonderful commentating with you. Linkforce, thank you for the tracking as well. But otherwise, that'll do it from me. Thank you all very much. And Zentho, you go ahead and send us out.
Sure. Well, on behalf of me and myself, Lanabine, and Linkforce here, thank you for joining us today. We hope you had a good time, and we hope you see you next time. And definitely join in on one of the other many streams going on the SG network right now. Have a good evening.